So yeah, we're back in this video. We continue from the last video where we started by teaching how to create a function and dropping a function. So I am going to use this video to do a more complex example on creating functions. But the data in which I'm using, let's say select, would be from this data. Select let me just say all, select then wildcards, or let me say from my from statement, which is from Nashville, which is a database dot Nashville. So, which is the table I'm pulling from, um, which is table I'm pulling from. Yeah, so I have property address, property address, that. So I want to check. I want to build a function to which I can assign a depreciation amount to the building value. So the last from the last video, we said to create a function, we'll name the function create. Now, okay, yes, now it is a bit different. Yeah, now I remember this. That was what I was trying in the last to do in the last video. So let's start by telling SQL the database to use. In as much none of this database is being extended. So we want to tell it to use Nashville database, or the another way to approach is just to go to Nashville database and just expand it. So we have this database being selected. So you may not need this. So what we just need next is to just write create function. Then remember what I said, that to name a function is dbo dot. So I want to call this depreciation, dbo dot depreciation. Now remember what I said. I said after you name, then the next thing is to insert the operand or the column we are working with. In this case, you are working with a column. So want to name the column within this function to be building value, building building value. And let's use the data type to be big int because it's more of a real estate data type to be big int. Remember, that's the operand. Then what will this operand return? It will definitely return the same data type. It will always returns big int, big integer. It will definitely return big int. Then now this is where the magic starts from. Then we said as. Now is quite different from a simple function because we are building a user based function. So we need to declare we need to declare. Now I want to name this to be at depreciation value. That is the outcome we want to have at depreciated value. Value. So depreciated value would also be big integer, right? So now the next thing we need to do is to tell SQL what and what will happen within this depreciation value. So we can just tell it to set set at depreciation value, at depreciation. So you have it already. Value of set, sorry, the equal sign should be here. At depreciation value to be at building value, at building value. For accountants, this is times. Now let's say we fix the depreciation rate to be 10%. So you can either write it this way. So you get 10%. You can either write 1 minus 0.9, or do it this other way around by just no 0.1, rather 0.1 is so this will give you 0.9, or just calculating it as 100 minus 10, which will now give you 90 over 100. 90 times 90 over 100, right? So now one of those equal to return, at depreciated value, at depreciated depreciated to return as depreciated value. Then I want to tell SQL to end this procedure. Oh, there is something missing, as then I should have added to this begin. You can see from the last video, begin. So don't miss that in yours. Want to tell it to begin, should be at the extreme end. Then at the end of this, want to tell it to end. Then that's just basically, oh, oh, Control Z, where is all my query? So what is it telling me at depreciated? Okay, I can just see why I have this error. There is the D here is not present. So building, BULDI, building value. So yeah, I think it should work perfectly. Yeah, that's it. Now let us now apply. Let's apply. So now I want to say select, using the select statement. Select. Let me initiate my from statement from Nashville. I want to say dot Nashville did housing. So I want to select building value on building value. Okay, let me also see land use, land use, building value. Then I also want to now implement this as DBO, the same way we did in the first DBO dot depreciated value, the depreciation. I hope I spelled this correctly right now, because our spelling can hamper. So I want to place it on what? Building value. Building building value. So I want to put an alias to this to be as book value. So your for accountants, so this, let's call that the book value. So let's see what this gives us, yeah, that's it. So you can continue by saying, giving it another condition. Okay, so that's just basically how to create a function. I hope you see this helpful. So please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Thank you for watching. Yeah, God bless. Yeah.